its trajectory is aligned with the plane of the orbits of the planets around the sun. The chance for that happening is 1 in 500. It passes very close to Mars, Venus, and then Jupiter.
Out beyond the orbit of Jupiter, something impossible is happening. An object named 3I Atlas, initially flagged as a potential interstellar comet, is now the subject of intense, hushed conversations at NASA and Harvard.
NASA to monitor 3I Atlas and to send an orbital spacecraft even closer to it as it passes. That would give, what are the chances that NASA will agree to do that? Because that would certainly give us even more data, right? Even more images.
It's not just an object, it's a riddle wrapped in a mystery. The thing nobody tells you is that this isn't about finding a new type of rock, it's about data that doesn't add up. An object with a tail bigger than it should have, a chemical signature that looks artificial, and a flight path so unlikely it has a statistical probability of nearly zero. Now, leading astrophysicists, including some at Harvard, are grappling with a terrifying question. Is this a natural phenomenon, or is it something else entirely? The messenger from nowhere. Something is wrong with 3I Atlas. To put it mildly, the object is behaving in a way that has sent ripples of disbelief and alarm through the astronomical community. You see, when the Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile first spotted the fast-moving object on July 1st, 2025, the initial reaction was excitement. It was flagged as a possible interstellar object, a rare visitor from another star system. Its incredible speed of nearly 60 kilometers per second, that's over 134,000 miles per hour, and its distant origin beyond Jupiter's orbit were the telltale signs. But that initial excitement quickly morphed into profound confusion. What many overlooked in those first few hours was that the story of 3I Atlas didn't begin in July. The thing nobody tells you is that astronomers at the Minor Planet Center, in a race against time, began digging through archival images. What they found was the first clue that this was no ordinary celestial body. Archival data from the Zwicky Transient Facility showed the object was already faintly active between June 14th and June 25th. This was strange. Comets are essentially dirty snowballs. They become active and form a tail or coma when they get close enough to the sun for the ice to sublimate into gas. But 3I Atlas was showing a tail when it was nearly 6 astronomical units from the sun. That's a staggering 558 million miles away, a region of space where most comets remain frozen and dormant. It was like finding a lit candle in the middle of a frozen lake. But the real wow factor came from NASA's test satellite. Wide-field images captured even earlier showed a faint tail stretching out behind 3I Atlas. This confirmed the unthinkable. The object was outgassing, releasing gas and dust at a distance where the sun's warmth is practically negligible. Something was powering this activity, and it wasn't the sun. This early activity was the first red flag, the first whisper that something was deeply, fundamentally different about this visitor. It was breaking the rules before it even got close. The mystery only deepened as more powerful instruments were turned towards the object. The Very Large Telescope, or VLT, one of the most powerful observatories on the planet, made a discovery that sent shockwaves through the scientific world. As 3I Atlas continued its journey into our solar system, the VLT's spectrographs analyzed the chemical composition of its coma. The results were not just strange, they were borderline impossible. The object was shedding about 10 pounds of pure atomic nickel vapor every single second. In the natural world, nickel is almost always found with iron, its cosmic twin. They are forged together in the hearts of dying stars, yet the VLT found no trace of iron, just nickel, a steady stream of it. This chemical purity is unheard of in nature. It's like finding a river of pure, refined gasoline flowing through a forest. Many people are crazy about this detail because it points towards something artificial, something manufactured. The process to separate nickel from iron on this scale requires immense technology. This wasn't just a weird rock, it was a ghost in the machine of the solar system, an anomaly that defied every natural explanation astronomers could throw at it. The object was not only active when it should have been frozen, but it was also composed of materials that simply shouldn't exist in that form in space. The initial excitement of discovering an interstellar visitor was being replaced by a creeping sense of unease. The data didn't make sense. The pieces of the puzzle didn't fit. And 3I Atlas was still getting closer, its bizarre nature becoming more pronounced with every passing day. But this impossible chemical signature was just the beginning. A path of pure chance. Many people think of the solar system as a vast, empty space, but it's more like a finely tuned clock with planets moving in predictable, majestic orbits. Everything follows the elegant laws of gravity, but not all things are what they seem. 3I Atlas isn't just ignoring the clockwork, it's running backwards. The object is on a retrograde orbit, meaning it's moving against the general flow of traffic in our solar system. While this is unusual, it's not unheard of. The truly mind-bending part is the path it's taking. Its trajectory includes a series of unnervingly close flybys: Venus in September, Mars in November, and then a rendezvous with Jupiter by January of 2026. You see, the statistical probability of a random interstellar object charting such a precise, multi-planet tour is less than 0.005%. That's a 1 in 20,000 chance. It's like throwing a dart from a moving train and hitting 3 different bullseyes in a row. This improbable path raises profound questions. Is it a coincidence, or is it a sign of something more? What many overlooked is that this isn't just about the low probability, it's about the efficiency of the path. Each planetary flyby acts as a gravitational slingshot, altering the object's speed and trajectory. An object on this specific path is using the planets to navigate the solar system in a way that is almost intelligent. It's a grand tour, a celestial sightseeing trip that seems too perfect to be random. This has led some to wonder if the object is not just passing through, but actively navigating. The thing nobody tells you is that designing such an orbit would require an incredible understanding of celestial mechanics, far beyond just pointing and shooting. It would require foresight, calculation, and a purpose. The orbit itself is a message, a statement of intent written in the language of gravity. The real bombshell, however, came from the James Webb Space Telescope. As the most powerful infrared observatory ever built, the JWST was able to analyze the outgassing of 3I Atlas with unparalleled precision. It was looking for water, the key ingredient for life and the primary component of most comets. It found water, but it also found something else in staggering quantities: carbon dioxide. The ratio of carbon dioxide to water vapor was unlike anything ever recorded, possibly as high as 8-to-1. This suggests 3I Atlas is powered by a highly volatile fuel. Think of it like this: a normal comet is like a block of ice slowly melting in the sun. 3I Atlas is like a block of dry ice which sublimates far more aggressively and at much colder temperatures. This could explain its early activity, but it also deepens the mystery. Where did an object with such a strange composition come from? This bizarre fuel mix, combined with its impossible orbit, makes 3I Atlas a true one-of-a-kind anomaly. The object isn't just visiting, it's performing. It's showcasing a series of characteristics: early activity, pure nickel composition, an improbable grand tour orbit, and a strange fuel source that, when taken together, paint a picture of something that simply shouldn't exist. Each new piece of data only adds to the enigma, pushing the boundaries of what we consider possible. The solar system has become a stage for a cosmic drama, and 3I Atlas is the star performer, leaving a trail of baffled scientists and unanswered questions in its wake. And some of those scientists are daring to ask the ultimate question: a signature in the stars. When the data becomes so strange that all natural explanations fail, where do you turn? For some, you turn to the extraordinary. This is where Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb enters the story. Loeb is no stranger to controversial ideas. He famously proposed that the first observed interstellar object, Oumuamua, might have been an alien artifact. Now, with 3I Atlas, he's doubling down. Loeb has suggested that the anomaly of the pure nickel vapor could be what he calls a technosignature. You see, a technosignature is evidence of technology created by intelligent life elsewhere in the universe. It's the cosmic equivalent of finding a plastic bottle on a deserted island. Loeb's argument is elegantly simple. Nature rarely produces elements in such a pure form. The process of separating nickel from iron requires industrial-scale refinement, something that points not to a celestial forge, but to a factory. Many people are crazy about this idea because it validates a feeling that something is just not right with this object. The thing nobody tells you is that this isn't just wild speculation. It's a hypothesis born from the failure of all other explanations. Loeb and his colleagues at Harvard are not jumping to conclusions. They are being forced into a corner by the data. He points to the possibility of engineered probes, perhaps self-replicating von Neumann machines, designed to explore the galaxy. Such a probe might shed exotic materials as part of its propulsion system or as a byproduct of its long journey. To put it mildly, the suggestion is that 3I Atlas isn't a comet at all. It's a vehicle. This idea, once confined to late-night radio shows, is now being discussed in the halls of one of the world's most prestigious universities. What many overlooked is the implication of this theory. If 3I Atlas is a piece of alien technology, then its perfect orbit is no longer a coincidence. It's a planned trajectory. Its strange chemical signature is no longer a mystery, it's an engine exhaust. This framework suddenly makes all the bizarre data points snap into a coherent, if terrifying, picture. The object's early activity could be the result of an internal power source, not the sun's weak rays. Its journey through our solar system might not be a random flyby, but a deliberate survey mission. We may not just be observing a visitor, we might be under surveillance. The wow factor here is the paradigm shift it represents. For centuries, we have looked at the stars and asked, are we alone? The techno-signature hypothesis suggests that the answer might have just arrived on our doorstep, and it's moving at over 100,000 miles per hour. Of course, this is an idea that pushes the boundaries of science, and not everyone is on board. NASA, while acknowledging that the data defies current natural explanations, has urged caution. They emphasize a data-driven approach, reserving judgment until all possibilities can be explored. But the fact that the conversation is even happening at this level is a testament to the profound strangeness of 3I Atlas. The object is forcing us to confront our assumptions about the universe and our place in it. It's a cosmic riddle that challenges the very definition of what is natural and what is artificial. But what if the truth is something even stranger, between science and fiction? So here we are watching this enigma barrel through our cosmic neighborhood. People watching this are looking for a mystery, and 3I Atlas delivers. But let's take a step back and talk directly about what this all means. The thing is, does this all happen overnight? Is it possible that this is all true, that we are witnessing the arrival of something monumental? Or are we missing a key detail? The uncomfortable truth is that science rarely provides neat, tidy answers, especially when dealing with something so unprecedented. While the techno-signature theory is tantalizing, it remains a hypothesis. The scientific community is built on skepticism, and extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So what are the alternatives? Could there be a natural explanation that we just haven't discovered yet? One possibility is that 3I Atlas represents a new class of celestial object, something we've never seen before. Perhaps in the far reaches of another solar system, objects form in a way that allows for the creation of pure nickel deposits or a hyperabundance of carbon dioxide. We have only been studying interstellar objects for a few years. Our sample size is incredibly small. To assume we know all the ways a comet can be built would be the height of arrogance. It's possible that 3I Atlas is not breaking the laws of physics, but rather revealing new ones. It could be a cosmic Rosetta Stone, a messenger from a distant star system that operates under a different set of chemical and geological rules. Another theory, less dramatic but perhaps more plausible, involves fragmentation. Some scientists have proposed that 3I Atlas could be a fragment of a much larger Pluto-sized planet from another star system that was shattered by a cataclysmic impact. Such an event could potentially create unusual chemical compositions and send fragments hurtling through space on bizarre trajectories. This shard of a broken world theory could account for some of the object's strangeness without resorting to alien engineers. However, even this explanation struggles to account for all the data, particularly the improbable precision of its orbit and the sheer purity of the nickel. 3I Atlas remains an enigma, a cosmic question mark hanging in our sky. Its legacy is the debate it has sparked. What do you think is the truth behind this impossible object? Are we on the verge of the biggest discovery in human history? Like and subscribe for more mysteries of the cosmos.